Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Travel and Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And it's an exciting time of year as we here kick off the new year. Lots of good things happening, especially some of the things happening over at Fletcher as we welcome in Dr. Danielle Vauclin.
Yes.
Danielle, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And of course, the Dean of Nursing and Allied Health. So that's got to be awfully exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. We have so many wonderful programs.
Yeah. And today's an especially good day because this week you guys kind of got right back into school, right?
We did. We started this morning with our first 8-week session this semester.
Right.
So pretty exciting time, for the students.
And so for me, since you and I have been knowing each other since birth,
Almost.
and since high school, but it's one of those things where people can kind of figure out, I'm not really sure what I want to do. Fletcher's got so many programs available that people can really go and start a program, especially because y'all have these 8-week blocks, and really figure out if it's for them or not. And then they can decide to do a whole lot more. You are one of those great examples, right?
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
I started my career as a nursing assistant.
Right.
A couple years ago, a few years ago.
Just a few years back. We don't do the math on those.
Started as a nursing assistant just to get my feet wet, to see if that's what I really wanted. Did I want healthcare? And I did. I think I always knew I wanted it.
Right.
Then I worked as a nursing assistant all the way through my nursing school.
Through nursing school, right?
And it worked out great for me. I learned as I was on the job, and in school, and then I've just kept going. Got my master's, and now I'm a doctor of nursing practice. So
wow. So
I like to encourage the students to start because a CNA program now is only 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Like you can become a nursing assistant in just 8 weeks.
And that's so remarkable because before it would be one of those things where people kind of had to decide, do I go to work? Do I go to school? And it was really nothing in between. But for people like you and I, we could do both. We could go to work and learn a little bit about what we either did want to do or maybe what we didn't want to do, and then maybe kind of work and put ourselves through school. And Fletcher's terrific at that, right?
Yes.
They
We actually came up with a bridge program because we have the practical nursing program and we also have the registered nursing, the 2-year associate's degree.
Right.
Well, we came up with a bridge program to help those LPNs in the community come back to school to get their registered nursing.
Right.
But we designed it so that they can stay working. The last thing we wanted to do was pull them out the doctor's office, pull them out the hospital to come back to school.
Right.
So we moved everything online. They come just once a week on Mondays for labs, and we do their clinicals on Saturdays.
Yeah, and as long as their labs are good enough, they can stay. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, hospital term.
Yeah.
But just one of those things where it just makes it easier. And you all have those kinds of options for so many different people. For those people working in the oil field, y'all have the 7-7 programs.
Yes.
And I never want people to think, oh, I can't work and go to school. Fletcher makes it easy for people to do that.
Yes.
And so some really, really good things happening. So back in school, the cold weather comes and now all of a sudden people are back in school and these 8-week sessions, and here's some great shots. Thank you, Jason, about what it's like for this learning environment for you guys getting back into school.
Yeah. This looked like our convocation, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's students right now, they have such a great opportunity with the 8 weeks. It's just a way to help them come back to school, but still be able to maintain maybe a job, their family, because they're only concentrating on 2 classes at one time instead of 5. A traditional university.
Yeah.
So they'll come for 8 weeks, take 2 classes. By the time they're getting tired of taking that class, it's almost over.
Yeah.
Finish it.
Yeah, 8 weeks
take
are done.
2 more.
Right.
So they're concentrating just on 2 classes at a time, which gives them, I feel, a little bit extra time for family, for their jobs, because that's what our non-traditional students are all working and raising families.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so that leads right into the traveling nursing program, which is starting next month, and that's happening in South Lafourche. Tell us a little bit about that program.
So it's the medical assistant program.
Right.
It's a 5-month program. We actually started it last fall. The first time I did it was in Chauvin and Montague. Of course, I had to go home.
Well, go
to
home
my
and set it up down there, right?
So the idea of that was we were always talking about we need to reach out to the underserved areas and get them back here. But I was from there, and I knew that driving an hour sometimes to get to school was a little bit much.
Around family,
it's
work,
hard.
and all those things, right?
So I initially, I always say the planets aligned because at that time, Bayou Community Foundation had a grant out, and I was awarded the grant to do it in Chauvin Grand Isle. So that's where Cutoff's coming from.
Right.
We had 8 students in Chauvin. It was amazing. I found an instructor. She went down there. We used the Smith Ridge gym to do our labs. We had camping cots and, we did what we had to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
A great group of students.
Take advantage of those funds and
Yes.
where it's needed. Right?
So now the next one is going to be in Cutoff, residents of those areas.
Right.
We are going to have our labs at Poppy's Palace on Wednesdays. My faculty is going to go down there. We actually I'm funded again with a grant for this one. And actually, I have 3 more semesters that I can offer this. So we're going to be moving around.
Okay. Coming to a community potentially
We're coming to a community near you.
And there's a QR code right there. If you want more information, just go ahead and use your smartphone and use the QR code right there on TV. Or if you need more information, you can reach out to the program right there.
Yep.
All the information is there. Or you can reach out to Fletcher and they can kind of give you more information about that. Terrific program. Again, the medical assistant program. It took place last fall over in Chauvin. 8 students that survived. Just kidding. They did very well. Made do with the way they had to, and now we have a great program in Cutoff this year down in South Lafourche.
And we have 12 students right now.
12 students.
So
wow, fantastic. And
fully funded.
Fully funded.
They don't pay a penny.
They don't pay anything.
Yeah,
Again,
amazing.
Great for them. Danielle, thanks for coming on.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate that very, very much. Thanks for all the hard work over at Fletcher and becoming a doctor.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment of Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.